Anyone who loves American Girl dolls knows there is a ton to love. With their intricate backstories and their extremely detailed accessories, they were a staple for millions of girls' childhoods. Not mine. How many of these classic American Girl dolls did you own? So, check off all the dolls you had growing up. Maeve O'Halloran. It's the descriptions, just wait. A severely vitamin-deficient and toothless Irish immigrant who polished his wealthy banker's shoes with her gums to help her parents make ends meet during the Great Depression. What? Sunny, a brave young Native American girl from the... Let me look this up so I don't absolutely butcher this.
A few moments later.
Ojibwe tribe, whose accessories have been forcibly seized and redistributed. But I can't speak to it. Redistributed among the Caucasian American Girl dolls. Oh my god. Frances Unker, a fearless and outgoing girl from the early 20th century who is single-handedly responsible for giving FDR polio. What?
What did you say?
Moving on, Ageless Becky. Spunky, optimistic, and fiercely loyal, Ageless Becky has always been and always will be 7. No, seriously, the dolls are literally going to forever be the age they're set as. That's kind of sad.
That's sad, man.
Or Sophie Silberman? A Jewish one. I'm sorry, what is that name? Faye Ann Pell, 19, an upbeat laborer in the 2170s. Faye Ann Pell. That's like Superman's real name. What the hell? Faye Ann Pell, 19, has big dreams of movie star glamour despite being genetically engineered with extremely long arms and enormous eyes to harvest bioluminescent lichen, right? From deep sea wreckage. What?
I beg your pardon?
Michelle Obama. What? An 8-year-old African-American girl who dreams of becoming a lawyer someday and who, for legal purposes, has an R in her last name. So it's Michelle Obama, just... No, it's not. You know what? Hell yes. Grace Bartlesmeyer. Grace comes off as quiet at school, but she has a lot of pie-in-the-sky dreams about dry ice and its many applications. That's a little worrying.
Well, that's troubling.
Tabitha Cornwall. A curious little girl who is really, really into whales for some reason. It's not a cute kind of interested in whales, but rather a Tabitha's probably got a soft brain kind of interested in whales. Rosalita Jimenez, a feisty young Mexican girl who, a bit bafflingly, is always proudly celebrating Danish heritage by sporting wooden clogs and eating smoked eel. Although, why am I balking at smoked eel? I had raw eel once. Or no, was it octopus? I don't know. We went to a sushi place in, I believe, somewhere near Salt Lake. And I had either raw octopus or raw eel sushi. So, I'm not one to, be like, ew, smoked eel. Like, I had raw eel. What the hell is wrong with me?
Oh, that's nasty.
Cynthia Winters, a 7-year-old North Dakotan who dreams of growing up to be a veterinarian and works towards this goal every day by cutting open animals and sticking her hands inside them. Jesus, that took a turn! Holy balls!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Pepsi constantly drinks Pepsi and cannot stop. AKA, me as a teenager with Diet Pepsi. I'm not even kidding, I might have actually been addicted to it. Sadie Ross. Sadie, a child of the 1950s, loves knitting hats for bugs, making her the first ever American Girl doll designed exclusively for friendless dorks. Ow! Even I'm, insulted by that. Excuse you. I believe you mean forensic entomologists with many friends. Thank you very much.
Boom. Roasted.
Crow, 13,004 BC, born in the Mississippi River Basin in 13,004 BC, Crow's stories explore themes of loyalty, hard work, and hiding from dangerous megafauna? You mean dinosaurs? I've never heard dinosaurs explained like that. Dangerous megafauna. Jenny Dresden, a spunky young lady who never met a horse she couldn't ride, a stranger she couldn't help, or a scrap of metal she couldn't eat. Good for you, Jenny, I guess, I don't know. The Undertaker, a pale, somber introvert with a fixation on death who was later adapted into a popular WWE character of the same name. Samantha Dugan, a daughter of a Confederate general who, despite being born on the wrong side of history, has incredible hair and some truly kick-ass accessories. Why the hell not? Get results. You had a few American Girl dolls. No, I did not. Maybe your walls weren't lined with dolls, but it seems like you had at least all the popular ones. Kudos to your parents for spending so much money on you. Yeah, no, that's exactly why I didn't have any, because I didn't want my parents to waste so much money on something that was so easily broken, and such a waste of space. Anyways, next quiz! So, second to last, how well do you know the 6 parts of a dog? There are 6 scientific parts of the dog. How well do you know them? Take the quiz to find out. Let's start with the basics. What is this part of the dog called? Here's a hint. Of the 6 parts of a dog, it's the part that is used the most during the dog's feeding process. If I had to guess, I'd say it's the snout, the part of the dog used for chewing, breathing, sneezing, throwing up, and biting villains. The whole big face tube would of course be the gums, the part of the dog that stores teeth, swallows teeth, and glows with a pale ghostly green light when it is time for the dog to find more teeth. What? Pretty sure that's called the valve. The valve is where the dog's brain is, and when the dog senses danger, it can open its valve to make its brain fall out onto the ground. The valve should be checked and inspected semi-annually by a professional, or I am certain that the answer is the main hole, the part of the dog where the dog's eggs are stored. When the dog would like to have a human child, it opens the main hole and squirts an egg onto the ground. This enables either a human girl or boy to hatch from the egg, climb onto the dog's back, and ride the dog off a cliff, ending both of them. If you do not know something as basic as the main hole, you should not be allowed anywhere near a dog. Jeepers crappers! What the heck was that? I'm gonna go with the obviously normal answer and say the snout.
Boring!
Many dog owners observe that their dog may quiver, shake, or even bark while having a vivid dream. I have indeed. And at first, it worried the hell out of me, mainly because what in the hell are you dreaming about that makes you so upset? Which of the 6 parts of the dogs is responsible for creating dreams? Shut in the dark, but I think that would be the insanity sac. Located deep in the dog's skull, and every time it closes its eyes, the insanity sac creates images of the dog's brain of the dog being milked incorrectly by a farmer with no mouth. Again, just a guess, so don't hold me to it. My guess here is the attraction crown. Dogs are the only animals that are sexually attracted to every other species of animal, so whenever they move while asleep, it's an indication that they're having a dream about seeing a naked bear or duck, which makes them do a small sleeping dance of, let's say, aroused joy, just so I don't get demonetized. I remember hearing somewhere that dog dreams come from neurons firing off in the ignition wires, which are located inside the central or primary part of the dog. How is that a normal answer compared to the others? Good lord, what is this quiz? Also, boop the snoot. Boop. Identify this dog part. Hint, it is one of the 6 parts of a dog. Yeah, don't frickin' say there, buddy! This might be dumb, but I think it's the ground aironi. The ground aironi is very similar to the dog's aironi. But the ground aironi is used for stability and balance instead of for passionate hugging and swatting away dragonflies. I don't like the image that could possibly bring to my head, so I'm not even gonna focus on that. Moving on! I think this is called the horse's similarity. Horses have a thing on them that's similar to a thing on a dog, and that's the only similarity that dogs have with horses. Sure, why not? My guess is going to be the combustion hose? Wait, it's pointing to the leg, right? I'm so confused. Okay, my guess is going to be the combustion hose. It's responsible for transferring heat, has short black claws at the bottom, and should never be tinkered with. So yeah, it's pointing to the feet. It is plain to see that this part of the dog is known as the mondo nipples, which are always massive and strange because every dog is always pregnant and not fun to look at. I am growing frustrated with how easy this quiz is. Are you? Are you really, buddy? Or are you frustrated with how absolutely brainless you are when it comes to dog parts?
How rude!
And identify this dog part. Hint, it can be found upon a dog. Thank you, Captain Obvious! I feel like I remember this one being the bad palm. It is similar to the human palm, but it cannot cup or anything, so everything you put in it immediately falls out. It is essentially useless for the dog. That's the dog's back and or butt, depending on how far down the diagram it's actually pointing. I'm almost certain that this one is called the saddle. This is the part of the dog that functions solely as a place to put tools, ropes, and smaller dogs that you want transported. Headrest. No explanation, just headrest. Or I have never been more confident than I am in declaring this is the one big gill, which dogs use to inhale, exhale, and cough all at the same time. Headrest. Yeah. No, yeah. Multiple times. Headrest. Easy. Simple. Boom. Jams. Done.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
While it slightly differs from dog to dog and breed to breed, all canines store the potential for massive amounts of energy. In which part of the dog is energy created and stored? Please don't hold me to this, but I think that the energy comes from the meats, which are stored directly under the dog's hair. When the dog needs energy, it burns its meats, which sends energy all the way down to the ground and try to muster up the energy to get the dog to walk upright, which it is always trying to do, but can never quite get. I thought energy was created and stored in the dog's crusts, which are similar to the human eyes, but far wetter and more gunked up. That's true for every dog, hello! When dogs create energy, their eye area will become goopier than ever, and they love it. Do they, though? Do they really? I think energy comes from the filter stored deep under the dog's hair, which turns all of the dog's aggression and anger from not being allowed to go to the bathroom whenever it wants into productive energy for running and chewing. Or, of course, dogs store energy in their open clamps, which are located just under the dog's locked clamps, which are deep below the hair. It makes me upset to think someone getting this easy question incorrect. My head hurts, and I don't like that. Anyways, I feel like it's the filter because it's like, what the hell? I'm like a wolf. Wolves get to pee everywhere. Why can't I? It's like, yeah. Anyways, and now at last we've reached the final question about the sixth part of the dog. Here it is. Dogs can give birth to upwards of 10 puppies at once. Which part of the dog is responsible for reproduction and birthing? Is that dog fatter than the others? It is indeed. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy. I think I remember reading that dogs are pregnant all of the time and will occasionally spit puppies into the world out of a part of the dog that is known as the gape. The gape opens once a year, usually during the autumn solstice. While the gape is open, puppies can crawl out of the dog, but sometimes geese and raccoons can crawl in. If a raccoon or goose crawls into the dog's gape, the dog must spend the year using enzymes to turn the geese and raccoons into puppies. Okay, can I just ask, who in the hell comes up with these questions and these answers? Mainly the answers. What in the hell is the gape? Is that like French version of the gap? What the hell?
Sacre bleu!
Scientists call the part of the dog responsible for birthing the big secret because nobody knows where it is. I believe the dogs produce life from the engine major, not to be confused with the engine minor, which is responsible for killing the dog immediately if it somehow manages to live to its 40th birthday, which is simply too old for a dog to ever be. Yeah, dogs live to about 12 to 15, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Dogs are never created or destroyed. They are just enough dogs around that everyone can have one or two. Dogs don't give birth because there doesn't need to be any more of them. This quiz has been so easy that I'm mad that I even wasted my time with it. Just because I'm actually mad because my head hurts? That. And I love the idea that there are never any dogs actually dying. They're just there. I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? You have the 2014 Toyota Land Cruiser on your mind too much to focus on the parts of the dog. Was this just a sponsor post? What the hell, Clickhole? What the hell is this shit? Is that just the answer you get every single time? Because if so, if you like answer differently and you just get a different car for each answer, I swear I'm gonna be so freaking ticked off. Most of your answers got mixed up with parts of the 2014 Toyota Land Cruiser, which means that your heart wasn't really in this from the start. Wait, really? Just feels like you were mashing up stuff about the Land Cruiser with dog's bodily functions. You might want to go get your Land Cruiser obsession totally out of your system before you circle back to take this quiz again.
Well, that was unexpected.
Since I was inspired by Jack and either Ethan or Mark, I cannot remember which, I apologize, I'm pretty sure it was Ethan though, to try Clickhole quizzes for myself, I'm going to end this episode, whichever one it may be, with how many of these ways have you padded out the running time of your brother's funeral? And this one's just shits and giggles, so I'm not gonna try to like attach this to my own personal experiences. Anyways, everyone wants to give their brother the full-length funeral he deserves, but sometimes there's just not a lot to say about him, and you need to cheat a little bit to make the funeral a bit longer. So how many of these ways have you padded out the running time of your brother's funeral? Take this quiz to find out. Asked everyone in attendance to chant your brother's SAT score over and over for 30 minutes. That seems boring. Had the pallbearers carry your brother's casket in a victory lap around the room anytime you said your brother's name. That kind of seems like just for fun to mess with the pallbearers. So, hell yeah. Asked everyone to wait until their cell phone batteries ran to 0% in order to avoid any interruption during the service. I'd rather not have the attendees mad at me. Asked your sister to stand and name every one of your brother's possessions she could think of. Again, that's just messing with people. Hell yes. Invited everyone to come up one at a time and help themselves to one of your brother's many issues of Maxim magazine. I feel like he wouldn't really have those, so if you switch out Maxim with some sort of like D&D or Magic the Gathering kind of magazine, then yes.
Huzzah! A man of quality.
Gone into detail about how much your brother would have loved each piece of decoration in the funeral home. Sure, why the hell not? Told the entire story of your brother's life in the first, second, and third person. I would not know how to do that besides first and third person. I never know how to speak in the second person, honestly. Let alone type in it, or write in it, technically, but whatever. Had everyone form a line and sign their name on your brother's body. Jesus Christ. I mean, either way, no one's ever gonna see their name on the body ever again, so why the hell bother with that? Had everyone wait while you DM'd each member of Metallica on Twitter to see if they'd give some parting words to your brother. I feel like yes, only because he was really into like metal and screamo music when he was a teenager, so that would actually make sense. Gotten into an argument with the funeral home director over who loved your brother more, even though he insisted that he never even met your brother. Again, messing with people. Why the hell not? Asked for a 25-minute moment of silence. Sure, why not? Messing with people again. Concluded the services with a video tribute of the funeral that just played the funeral back in real time. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I mean, it's kind of fucked up, but it's cute. Asked the owner of your brother's favorite sushi restaurant to come up and do his best to describe your brother's physical appearance from memory. So probably not an open casket. And I don't know if my brother actually likes sushi, so I don't know if I would do that. Deliver the entire eulogy as a call-in response with your sister. That sounds like it'd be kind of fun. And would keep everybody's attention, so yeah, why not? Let everybody take turns driving the hearse to the cemetery. Maybe not everybody, but at least, like, family. So, sure, why not? Had the funeral procession stopped by your brother's house so everyone could go into his closet and get one last whiff of his smell. Ew. Held a hand on the coffin endurance contest for a chance to win your brother's dog. No, that dog is now mine. Thank you very much. You've done a fair amount to pad out the runtime of your brother's funeral. Nice, you've managed to drag out your brother's funeral a fair amount. He'd be pretty pleased. Fuck yeah. Let's see what happens if you choose every single answer, since this is gonna be the last part of the video.
A few moments later.
Awesome, you've done a ton to pad out the runtime of your brother's funeral. Nice job, your brother would be so happy with all the ways you've dragged out his funeral. Would he be though? Anyways, that was Clickhole Quizzes. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. Comment what you thought. of this video and what you think I can do better in the future. Comment down below if you want me to do more quizzes from this site. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon next to it to get alerted to this and similar such content. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Peace!